as an individual teacher, as a professional in the field, yet knowing realistically that we don't necessarily get everything when we are in the process of learning about our careers, about what we're going to do. What has LSCI done for you professionally?
I think it's really filled in the blanks from what I didn't get in my undergraduate program, or through my student teaching, or through even being a teaching assistant. We learn about how to teach curriculum and work, modify, and adapt for the students that need it, but we don't learn how to deal with the extra stuff that they bring in, who they are, what they bring to the classroom when they're upset,
Okay.
or if they're upset about home or even the material that we're trying to teach them. We don't learn how to deal with that.
Okay. Now, I know, because when I did the training, you shared this with me, that you're fairly new in the field, and you chose to be trained. Why is that? I mean, you could have been home taking naps and watching TV. Why did you choose this?
It was my first year teaching. I had started in an alternative setting, and
Okay.
definitely that's a more challenging setting than I would have done if I was in resource or something. So I was looking for anything that I could have gotten that would help me work with those students better, improve my relationships, and hopefully even help me work with staff better.
Okay, great. Now, one of the things that off camera we talked about is that you have noticed since the training, which is literally 6 weeks ago, a change in culture, in change in staff, in changes in the way that the staff looks at kids, the way that staff work with each other. Could you just generally talk to me about that?
Yeah,
What
we
have
had
you
some
noticed?
staff who hadn't really had special ed training. They just knew how to work with kids and work in the community. And their approach maybe wasn't working as well as we had hoped or as they had hoped. And going through the LSCI training, especially as a whole group, really helped them be reflective, and even myself be reflective on how they were approaching kids and how I was approaching kids and how they were very different. And now that we are all on the same page, it's made a huge turnaround in our team spirit, so to speak.
Oh, wonderful. Wow. Is there anything else that you think that you may want to share about your training, about your experience, about the building, anything? I don't have any other questions for you, to be honest.
Well, like I said, it's really made us all very reflective, myself included. If even now being trained twice, I go into a situation, I have a conversation with a student, we do some processing, and maybe I walk away with that, wow, that didn't go well. And I look back into my training and I can really look back and say, oh, I missed this step, or maybe I could have done this better, use this kind of language instead of what I had said. So I think that's the main thing that has been a huge improvement.
So it's provoked you to be more reflective about
Absolutely.
your work and working with kids.